So the customer wants this 100mm down. Whoa, whoa, where have you come from? For God's sake. First all moment of truth. Well, that's not good. What's up YouTube? Welcome back to another episode, Day in the Life of a Jobbing Plumber. For those that don't know that, my name is Dan and we post on a Tuesday and a Thursday at approximately 6 PM. But you don't need to remember that, you just need to click subscribe and ring the little bell on my channel homepage and then you'll be notified of all the videos when they go live. I'm going to keep this intro short and sweet because the sun is beaming down on me. It's absolutely freezing. We'll show you. That is my current view. Oh, the sun's out, so I'm not complaining. Well, I am complaining, but I'm not complaining. Anyway, in this episode, we've got a customer with a freezing cold conservatory. So we're going to be installing an additional radiator in there. I hate these jobs. Hate them. Let's see if we can make this neat and tidy and let's see if we can warm it up for her. Get into it. Oh, don't forget to click like. Do it now. And drop a comment. We want these videos pushing out to the wider algorithm so we can grow the channel. Well, first positive, I managed to get parts on the drive, although I've got to walk round to the back of the conservatory, which is down there. So this is the conservatory in question. Radiator customers requested, centre of the two sockets, although the sockets aren't centre of the walls, but that's where she wants the radiator. It's a 300mm high because in a conservatory most of the time you don't have a great deal of height. By 1400. Double from Screwfix. Heavy radiators. And we're going to be teeing off these two 15mm supplies. Kicking back to the wall. Across the top of the skateboard. And through. Through here. In 10mm. Clipped as neat as I possibly can do. Hopefully it won't blow the plaster when I drill through. Let me know in the comments if I'm going to blow through. I think yes, judging by the sound of this. What I do like about Screwfix radiators though is they're well packed. So most manufacturers will just send it in that polystyrene crap, the box, and the additional polystyrene corners do give it extra protection. Have enough protection. So I'll get the radiator put on the wall first. Firstly, you're going to find centre of the radiator. Now it's 1400, so obviously 700 centre. And I'm going to put two little marks, centre of the brackets on the radiator, only in pencil so you can wipe it off. Because you're going to transfer these marks to the wall. I've shown you how to do this a million times, but this is for new subscribers. Then we're going to find centre of the sockets, which is obviously just measuring from socket to socket. 1860, quick mass 930 is going to be centre of our radiator. We lift it up, slide the radiator from its centre line on the wall, and transfer then your bracket lines onto the wall itself. Easy as that. So the customer wants this 100mm down. Whoa, whoa, where have you come from? 100mm down from the top of the windowsill. So to get our height, you just put your bracket on the back of the radiator on the lugs and measure from top of radiator to top of bracket 110. So 210mm down to the top of the bracket, and that's your height. Because the walls aren't very good, I'm going to use these masonry concrete fixings, or frame fixings as people call them. Window fitters use them. You basically drill 6mm hole, the depth of the screw, no plug needed. Put it in the bracket. Can I do all this one-handed? Don't know if I've drilled it deep enough. battery's gone on this. Oh, that was a good explanation and demonstration. Yeah, basically I'm going to tighten that in there. They're absolutely fantastic. Don't forget to stick your anti-rattle, anti-vibration, whatever you want to call it, clips on. Oh, my hands are that cold, I can't even... There, like that. 4 of them. This little guy is one of the most annoying watchers I've ever had. He's no help. He doesn't even have any conversation in him. You're useless, mate. So best bit of advice to give anyone hanging a radiator is fingers in the plug and vent points. Lower it onto the bottom brackets first. Push your top to the top of the bracket and kind of like that. Check it's gone on. And then check it's level. Perfect. Before I go any further, I'm going to PTFE the tails in, liquid PTFE. Give it plenty of chance to set. 20 minutes minimum I recommend. I don't know how long, it's absolutely freezing today, so I don't know if it'll take longer, but there's absolutely no chance I'll be filling this radiator up in 20 minutes anyway. Yeah, just wind it in. You only have to do it hand tight and then wipe off the excess, because if you get any of the blue on the white, it stains. It's easier said than done wiping off the excess though. At this point now, because the radiator doesn't need to come back off, you can wind your plug and vent in, just nip them up with a adjustable spanner. Yeah, I've got an O-ring on, so that creates a seal. Oh, now we're going to get ready for drilling through the wall. Now my only conundrum is there's a socket on this side, and that's obviously a concrete floor because it's conservatory, it's been extended. This is a wooden suspended floor. Obviously, as you can see, the pipes drop in the floor there, and I thought I'm just going to take this socket off, because that there is where my pipes are going to come through, and I'm going to have to drill through. I was hoping to God the cables ran up the wall, but as you can see, they don't. So I don't know what I'm going to do here. What I might do is gingerly multi-tool a square out here of the plaster, and just make sure the socket, the wires aren't behind there, which I don't think they will, because if you look at that, they in theory should be, where's the furthest one left? They're about 2 inches away, 1.5 inches away, but you never know. And obviously I'm going to drill from this side in, so chances are I'm going to pop the plaster, but I'll go and set up the camera there so you can watch that moment. But if I multi-tool out a square first, cables aren't there, hopefully it won't pop plaster, but we'll see. So, no sign of the cables there, providing my measurements are right, we should be good to go drilling through. I'm just going to send it through a 10mm bit first, and then I'll go through with a 19mm, I think it's 19, might be actually bigger, I don't know, I've had this ages. Hitachi, this one, absolute beast. And then I'm going to sleeve the pipes with 15mm copper before running through with my 10. First of all, moment of truth. Well, that's not good. Only drilled through one course of brick. What a dumb. Take 2. Ooh, baby, that was close. That there is the chunk into the cable. Don't worry, I'll fill this. I'll do you a little update. There is, you can just see the 15mm sleeve there. This one's poking out this side. Just getting this pipe in now, the bottom one. All the sleeves, like I said, is still on the other side. There's one there. I'm going to hoover that out for pushing the pipe through. That drops down in the corner. That's clipping to skating board along to, it's going to be connected on that. Might have made a mistake when I drilled through the lower hole right through the skating, but I'm going to sand that off and I kept the little bit which poked off. Stick that back on when I'm filling. Don't know whether that crack was there before, but again, hopefully I'll fill over that. So yeah, that's where I'm up to. I'm going to get the next pipe in now and do exactly the same as I've done with that, but make it shorter. So that is it now, piped up. Put the valves on an angle so I could just 45 it down like so on both sides. This, although it's not aesthetically the most pleasing way to have your TRVs, it is actually the most efficient way to have them, because the actual thermostatic side of it is further away from the heat source, the radiator, so you get more of a accurate reading. Just wants a little bit of filling here. I need to clean off these marks off the drill, and that is that side done. Now next thing I'm going to have to do is, it's on a combi system, so I just need to take the pressure off and drain whatever I can. We've got a drain off here, so I'm going to set the hose pipe up and start emptying it ready to tee into these two pipes. Oh, I've just put a little bit of expanding foam in there, so I'm not using a ton of filler trying to fill that. So I've just released the pressure off. There's quite a lot of movement on the pipe. So a tip I'll give you is push your 15mm slice, if it's 15mm copper, around it, but obviously don't turn it so you don't start cutting it. And it'll just hold that pipe and stop it from dropping down under the floor, because that would be a disaster. So basically what I'm going to do is hopefully press a T on here straight into one of these bad boys, a long 10-15mm reducer. Cameraman is terrible. And yeah, obviously solder this up first, otherwise I'll melt my O-rings. That's what I'm hoping to do. So that's what I've done, just sent it back up. I just need to clip all this right the way along to where I started clipping before. It's a bit close to that valve, but I changed the piece of copper in the top here obviously, and I've just reused the old nut, but that should be that side sorted. That side might not be as easy or look as pretty, but we'll see. So that's what I've had to do with that one. Got it in though. Nah. Clipped all that underneath. Beautiful. And we shall now go and fill up the boiler. It's an A-tag boiler. E118. What the hell does that mean? Low pressure. I did shut off the valves to this bloody thing, even though they're difficult. Bloody hell. Valve is back open now. I think you fill it up via these. There's an external gauge under here, and it's not focusing up there. It's going to go into a stupid air purge mode from what I remember. Yeah, E118 is low pressure. Let's shut them off and go and check. Now that's up to 1.5. Go and check for leaks. My only real concern is this lot. That's wet from before, I think. I hope. Better dry it off and check. Open this side up as well. Yeah, so now it's up to pressure. It's got E1, it's not even E, you're too used to working on backs. It's 105, which is venting program, and this lasts approximately 7 minutes. So what else they've said is when they flush the toilet, it ends up a pool of water around the front. My favourite, a nice concealed cistern. So I'll get this cover whipped off. I'm going to need 2 hands, I think. Get a torch out and see what's going on. My push pipe looks a bit skew for a start. It's always siliconed up. Everything's all all dry. Even the bottom of that cupboard actually looks dry. For God's sake. No. Can't really feel the pan connector. Although I can't see it being that. Like I said, that box looks dry. I think someone might have been missing. Don't know with that one. I managed to get my hand right down to grab the back of the fan connector, and all that's nice and dry. They reckon it only does it when it's flushed, so it can't be like a crack in the toilet or whatever. The actual pan itself. I don't know. I'm just gonna tell them that. But I can't see anything leaking. Anyway, has it been 7 minutes? No. Veg soup, by the way. Homemade as well. So I made it at home by putting the tin in the pan. So does that not count as homemade? Made it at home, brought it to work. Homemade soup. So that is it. We've filled in down there. Just told the customer it's not. I'm a plumber, not a plasterer. It'll need just a little bit of sanding and titivating. I've done a little bit in that corner. Still need to clean that off. Just forgot. But yeah, you'll just have to believe me that it's up and working. Never going to heat a conservatory, especially with that tight roof. But as long as it takes the chill off, that's all they want. Yeah, if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, drop a comment down below, and consider subscribing for this type of content that we post a couple of times a week. And check out the special guest we've got on this week's horror stories. Coming up next. As usual, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.
I'm just watching Dan, the Boiler Man, on YouTube. And he's asked us to send him some videos on things that's happened or stories. So I just thought I'd tell you a little story. When I was apprentice, we used to have keys for properties. We worked at university, so we'd get master keys for properties. And this one particular time, I knocked on the door and there was no reply. So knocked, went in, nobody there, couldn't see anybody. And we were doing a toilet on this particular job with a plumber I was working with. And I went out to van to get the stuff. So now, obviously we'd been in the property already. And I goes back and just walks straight in. And when I walked straight in, there was a young lady in there with not much on but a towel, which was very embarrassing for a young 16-year-old. So yeah, good luck to Dan with this channel. Please like, comment, subscribe and all that good stuff. And see you soon.